Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. It is Monday, right? Yeah, it is Monday. It's Monday, June 29th. Well, depending on when you're listening to this. Yeah, we are heading into July, which is crazy to even think that we are almost in July. It is here, 2020, and man, could have never planned or even prepared for what this year has already delivered us. I mean, it's just crazy time that we're living in right now, but it's something that we will never forget. It's also probably going to be a moment in time that makes us or forces us to make changes, to do things we might be uncomfortable with. And one of those could be starting your own business, or it could be starting over a new business or a business, or it could be trying to fit your existing business into the new times, right? So there's a lot of things that right now we're being tested, but also it's where we have to rethink things. And that's why, well, today I'm going to be going over a website niche review. But the reason why I'm bringing all this other stuff up is, I wanted to wait for you guys to jump on here so I could kill a little time. But if you're watching this on the replay or you're just tuning in, today, that's what I'm going to be talking about as far as like the niche website review. And the reason why I'm going to be drilling in here is because we're going to be looking at a website, one actually that was submitted by one of our Coffee Talk listeners. I'm not sure if she'll be on today. But she gave me permission to go through and do more or less an audit of her website and to see where maybe we can improve it. Maybe we can, capitalize on what she already has going. But also she has been, with this whole COVID thing, has been shaken up a little bit as far as got to rethink things, right? And so that's why it's important that we understand that right now you may be faced with some issues, some problems, some things you got to rethink, you got to pivot, whatever it is. I want to let you know that you're not alone, but also you're in the right place, because this week, actually, I am going to be going over more of what I would do if I was starting over from scratch with just this little laptop. If that's all that I had, what would I do? And the funny thing is that a lot of what I would do, I'm doing right now. I've been doing it now for, over 12 years online. And if you count brick and mortar, probably closer to 18 years. Things have changed. Markets have changed. I mean, heck, when I was in the photography business, no one had a digital camera. Like when I started, we didn't even have a digital camera. We had film. And from there, we started to get introduced to digital, and then, we started to compete with people like you and me that have digital cameras. Now everyone has a phone, and the phone pretty much takes the picture that we could have taken. Now you can't get the creative, edge. You can't get the, maybe the sets that we build and all of that stuff. But still, if you look at that one situation, in order to be a photographer nowadays, it's harder. A lot harder, right? But is it possible? Yes, you just have to adapt. So my point is, we're always adapting. But what would I do, right? So I basically set out this week to go over that. I'm going to go over a lot more of our brand building blocks here. And why am I doing that? Well, I told you guys yesterday and the day before probably that we are getting ready to open Brand Creators Academy. It opens on July 6th. That's next Monday. So if you're watching this or listening to this before July 6th or the week of July 6th, because we're going to be open for 5 days, we're opening enrollment to join Brand Creators Academy. And that's the reason why I'm now going to highlight some of these things like this website niche review. The reason why I'm highlighting this is, number one, it's going to help you. Okay, whether you join Brand Creators Academy or not, you're showing up here because you want to build your brand. And I'm pretty sure of that because, well, you wouldn't be here probably, right? Or maybe you just want an extra little kick in the butt today, a little bit of energy. But this whole week, I'm going to be really focusing on those building blocks and also where people get stuck. And so that question I get asked quite a bit. I get asked, Scott, like, what would you do if all you had was a laptop? You had no list, no market picked, no niche. You had, like I said, no email list. You had no products to sell, no brand. Like, what would you do? Right? Well, it's basically everything that I talk about here on these coffee talks is basically what I would do. And I know you might be saying, well, Scott, yeah, but you talk about a lot of things. Yes, but if you really just distill it down, it comes down to some core principles, right? And today, when I go through this website review, you'll kind of hear, again, the threading of building a brand is always woven in. And you'll see what I look for and why it's important for me personally to have these things covered, right? If they're not covered, then we have a harder time of building that brand. So anyway, before we kick off here, we are going to do this website review. I've got it already queued up, ready to go. So get ready for that. But let me see who's checking in with us here today real quick, and then we'll jump in. Let's see here. Wow, we got a lot of you tuning in here today. James, what's up, man? Josh, good morning to you as well. Looks like a new face. I haven't seen Josh in a while, and I'm not sure if I remember Josh. Josh, welcome. Kate, good morning. Karen, good morning. Happy Monday to you. Octavio in the house. Octavio is on the podcast today, by the way, guys. So go listen to that episode. Go to brandcreators.com. The newest episode is Octavio shares his story and also shares how he was once stuck and then he got unstuck and now he's a content machine. Last week, he posted 5 new articles on his website. He's just crushing it. So rock on there, Octavio. Awesome interview, by the way. Rebecca, what's up? Salama's in the house. Grace in the house. What's up, action takers? Justin, great interview with Octavio. Already listened to it, huh, Justin? Awesome. Good morning, Ashley. What's up, morning crew? Yeah, Salama already listened too. Awesome. Jennifer, hi, Kate. This will help today. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. No problem. Or maybe you're saying Kate brought it to your attention. I was taking credit for that. Justin, I related to Octavio's story. Awesome. That's what I want. I want you guys to relate to one another. Jennifer, what's up? This week is going to rock. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. Happy Monday. What's up? Someone says no audio. Is it just me? I think there's audio. Guys, are you getting audio on this? I hope you are. What's up, Karen? What's up, Norman from Austin, Texas? Good to see you. And if this is your first time on a coffee talk, I want to welcome you and come back. This is where we hang out. We have coffee. We get energized. Yesterday, we had a whole session on getting energized and ready to rock the week. So welcome if you are new. And if you are new, or even if you're not new and you're coming back for the first time or the 100th time, because we're almost at, well, not 100, 90th time, because we're almost at 100. I just want to say, invite a friend. Invite someone to one of these. This is where we hang out. We talk about building a brand, building a great life, and how to really stay positive in this world. That's what we do. All right. I see a lot of people saying, yes, I can hear you. Yes, I have audio. Definitely got audio. Joshua says, too much audio? Okay, awesome. All right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to start sharing my screen. And then from there, I'm going to start going through all of what I'm seeing and what I like to see. And if we can help in this review, help you, but also help Mel, who's actually the one that I'm going to be doing this for. All right. So I'm going to get rocking and rolling. And what I'll probably do here, guys, it might seem a little weird. I'll be mentioning that, or I'll be trying to detail in audio what is, or what I'm seeing, because I may air this on the podcast in a future date. So just to kind of throw it out there. All right. All right. So here we go. Here is the website that we are going to be reviewing today. And let's see here. It's called Mountain Mel's. All right. So great looking website. I love the colors. Number one, love the colors. And so the very first thing that I ever look at when I'm coming to a website, right? Whether I'm going there to visit or I'm going there to review it like this. And by the way, let me call a timeout here. The other reason I'm sharing this here is because this is exactly what we do inside Brand Creators Academy. So this is kind of like a hot seat, if you will, or it's just a website review. We do a lot of website reviews in there as well. Just again, I wanted to kind of point that out. But whenever I'm doing this, the first thing I want to look at here is like, I'm coming here. If I just showed up on this page, does it tell me what I'm going to receive? Right? Like, why am I coming here? And if I am coming here, is it speaking to me, or is it too much all over the place? So the very first thing that I see that draws my attention is free US shipping on orders over $50. We believe Black Lives Matter. Awesome. And stock up and save 25% with our summer essential sale today. Okay. Number one, I think that's taking up too much real estate. Okay. I don't think we need free US shipping on orders over $50 at the very top. That's like the first thing my eye goes to, right? So I don't necessarily think that we need that right there. I think we can shrink that down. I don't even know if we need that in that area. We can have it where the shopping cart is. I don't necessarily think we need that. Now, stock up and save 25% with our summer essential sale today. That's okay. And again, I would maybe slide that up to the very top and let that be, I don't know if this, it stays there. So it's kind of like a hello bar. That's kind of how a hello bar works. It always stays there. And so I don't necessarily, I would definitely reduce the size or get rid of where it says free US shipping on orders over $50, right? If anything, I want this here to make me want to buy product. And so what is that going to be? Is your product calling out a specific thing? Again, I'll be able to tell more as we get through this, but obviously you sell products, right? So stock up and save 25% with our summer essential sale today. Okay. I get it, but if I don't know 100% what you're even offering me, why am I even going to want to go there? So that's premium real estate right there, by the way, guys. Premium. This is also what we call above the fold. So what above the fold means is before I have to scroll, before I have to actually start to scroll, it's what I see, right? So if you notice on my monitor, by the way, I mean, everybody's monitor is going to be different. It's going to be different on mobile. You want to check on both of them. I bet you that the free shipping orders and stock up and all that stuff, if I go on mobile, it's going to probably take up half my screen, right? So you got to be careful of that stuff because this is premium real estate, okay? The logo, Mountain Mel's, okay? Herbal products you can feel good about. So boom. All right. Now I know about herbal products. Why is that hidden in a sense in the logo, right? So maybe what you do is you either pull that away, make Mountain Mel's a little bit smaller and make that maybe off to the left or maybe up in the top left corner. And then what's going to happen here is everything's going to kind of get pulled up. The menu, if you look right here, the menu is like a third of the way down on the page. Actually, it's almost half. Right? It is half almost. Yeah. It's like this would be half. This is half. This is here. This here is taking up too much space. This here is taking up even more space. It takes me this much space here to get down to the part that could matter. Right? So this here would be better, right? But I don't see your logo now, right? So we got to put your logo in there. The free US shipping on orders over $50. I personally, I'd either get rid of it or I would drastically reduce that. Okay. I want to see this right here. Okay. So I see tasty herbal teas for immune support and respiratory health. Okay. So that's one image. And I think there's going to be more here. And I think they scroll by themselves. If I'm in this position, if I'm in this position, they don't. Right. Lovely lavandula, an organic hand sanitizer you can feel good about. Okay. So obviously we're targeting hand sanitizer now. Now, what do we have here? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to. Tea, proof that achieving gut health can taste great. So now we're talking about gut health, right? Save 25% on summer fun essentials today. Boom, right? So all of this stuff is on this page. What is the main reason why people are coming here? So you guys hear me talk a lot about there's going to be some data in your website once you start publishing, and we haven't even gotten into the content publishing yet, right? So right now, what we want to identify is what is someone generally coming here for? What are they looking for, right? And so the minute that they arrive at the homepage, now, not everyone's going to come to the homepage, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But again, I'm just going through things as I see them, right? So I'm seeing down here, check our customer love. So that's reviews, right? You're getting all them. Then we have shop. So really the homepage is a shop, right? I don't technically think that a website should always be just a shop. I think you should have on there useful information that could help them. And if it's going after gut health, make it all about gut health then, right? Whatever. And if you're looking at your analytics, you're going to see this stuff. You're going to see that, wow, there's a lot of people coming in for gut health. Maybe I should go ahead and test that, put that on as my main driver for people that are coming there, right? And if not, then it's just going to be about natural living or natural, teas or whatever it is for anxiety or for stress or whatever, right? We got to find these drivers and then we need to put them right front and center. Okay. But right here, what I'm looking at is when I come here, I'm immediately thinking of a store. Right now, maybe that's what you want, Mel, and that's okay, no problem, because it still can work. But the other thing that I noticed here is I'm coming to this page for the very first time. Let's say that someone shared this page with me. Someone shared it and said, you got to go to Mountain Mel's. She has some really good herbal products. Okay. And I go here, and this is the first thing that I see, right? I go here, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, essential goods, love where you're going, feel good about what you're bringing. Okay, doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to me and tell me that, or give me some idea of, maybe I should be aware that, there's some chemicals in a lot of other, products, and I need to be aware of that. So maybe it needs to speak to that. So here, love where you're going, feel good about what you're bringing. So I guess what you're telling me here, because I can see the peak of the mountain, is when I'm hiking or I'm traveling or I'm out in nature or whatever, I might need this. I can tell by the picture, and I can, yes, love where you're going, but I'm just not sure that it's the right messaging. But again, I'm not going to kind of drill in on this one too much because it's good. It could probably be tweaked a little bit. All right. But again, this here to me is a store. So, okay, we already clarified that. But the one thing that I think needs to be done here, and Mel, if you're watching this, this has to get done. Okay, this is number one. There's no way here right now for me to see how to join to get maybe some information or some tips on gut health or tips on how to go on hikes and not get bitten by bugs, right? I need something here that is going to be a lead magnet that is going to capture email addresses. Okay, I don't see this. And this is great real estate for that. Now, you can either have a pop-up come on, or it could be in your top bar. So maybe in the top bar, you're going to see, instead of free US shipping on orders over $50, maybe it's going to be download the ultimate guide to gut health using, herbs or something like that, right? And then boom, that calls to me. Again, I'm using that as an example because I know that you have one post in here. Or maybe it's something about, I don't know about sanitizers, but it could be like how to, especially now with all of, the stuff that's going on in the world, you can say like how to protect yourself when traveling and using the right sanitizer or something like that, right? Like something along those lines. The problem I'm seeing though is there's a lot of different things that you are trying to help with, right? And it just seems a little bit all over. And I understand that you have products that do multiple things, but what I want to know is, out of all your products, okay, and out of all your content, what is the main drivers, right? Because it's the 80-20. There's some things you're like, well, I made this tea and I want people to know about the tea. Does the tea sell? If it doesn't really sell, or if you're seeing that you want to lead people over to the other stuff because there's more traction there, then that's where you want to lead them. Okay. So, all right. So now that I've kind of dissected and went into this page, I like the look of everything. I don't necessarily like the layout. And what I mean by the layout is I think the logo needs to be smaller, but if you make it smaller, now the herbal products you can feel good about is going to be smaller as well. So you may need to separate that. But the Mountain Mel's, I like the logo. I just think it's big. The other thing is the free US shipping on orders over $50, really big. And then you have We Believe Black Lives Matter. I think you could still put that there. But again, we're taking up a lot of pixels on just that part alone. Then we have the stock up and save 25%. That's another set of pixels that is taking up space. Then we have the logo. Then we have your stuff. So I would fix that part. And I would definitely come up with a lead magnet. And we'll talk more about that as we start digging through the data of your website, which there's some really good things about your website, by the way. Number one, it's, well, I'll get into that in a minute. There's a lot of really good things that I like with it that can be built on. You have a great foundation. All right. So that's that. So now what I'm going to do, I have nothing here to help me or lead me to some of your content. The only thing I have here is blog, right? So maybe instead of blog, it would be like herbal blog or home remedy blog or natural organic blog, something that says what you do, right? Not just blog, right? So I would want that there, or I would want another section here on this homepage. I would want like a little block area that would say, visit our online help articles for basically herbal products or herbals. I guess I would just say herbal, not medicine, herbal ingredients to help you live a healthier life. Something like that, right? Then we would lead over to the blog, right? But there's nothing here for me to go over to information. It's just product, right? So I want people to be able to see my content. All right, so now here we go. Okay, so now it looks different on this page. I went to the blog and now we have free shipping. I have Black Lives Matter down here, and then I have this. So it's already different, but it's still taking up quite a bit of space. Logo is still there, right? So here we are on the blog, and now I can kind of scroll through. Now I'm starting to see who you help, okay, by just looking at your content, all right? So I'm looking at this, 8 herbs for gut health, which, by the way, great market. Right? I mean, you could go all in on just this part of the market. We can really niche it down. So 8 herbs to benefit gut health. Now, I like this. I don't know the search volume, but I do like this because it gives a number 8. People love to know that there's like 8 of something or 7 of something or 6 of something, right? Or 5. There's specifics, right? So you're going to give them that. But also people are going to be searching for herbs benefit gut health or gut health and herbs you'll come up for, right? So that's a good search headline there, or a subject line or title. Okay, so I like the image. Okay, 8 herbs for gut health. Now let's click into it real quick and let's check it out. Okay, but again, still the free shipping is still there. The stock up is still there. The we believe Black Lives Matter is there. All of that's still there, and it's fine. But again, it's kind of in the way right now, and it's staying there as I'm reading, right? So I'm going through this. Great post, by the way. Love it. One little thing I always test here is I'm going to try to save this image, and I'm going to see what it comes up as. It says fennel large. Okay, so it's fennel. Okay, so why not put in here fennel benefits to gut health, something like that. Now we could be ranking in Google for this image, which would lead them to this post. One little tip there for you. Okay, so I always do that. And these are great how these are laid out. Like it a lot. Okay, let me go here. Save image. Yeah, now see this here. Acupuncture 906-144_1920 large. That just means that you went and found a stock image and then you just reposted it. I see that this is a very common mistake that a lot of people make, and it's easy to fix. Whenever you use a royalty-free image, make sure, number one, that you resave the image. You don't just use that same image. That image actually has embedded meta information, number one. Number two, you want to rename that image. So this way here, it's a brand new image. So you can use Canva, you can use Photoshop, you can use any, iPhoto. You can use any image editing tool. But I would definitely say in this one, it's turmeric, right? Turmeric benefits for gut health, right? And then that would be there. So now if someone searches for that, they're going to find that image. That image is also going to lead back to this post. Okay. So there's a little tip for you, all of you. Okay, when you're building your website. Okay, and then this is great about the author, Melissa. Great picture, love it. Right, talks about your what you've done and kind of giving you the authority and all of that stuff. Here's the references that you put in there. That's great because anytime you get into like medical stuff, you got to kind of do that, right? And then you got some comments, which is great. Okay, awesome. Now, a lot of times I tell people to turn the comments off because comments, if there's not any comments, it looks like the site isn't getting any traffic. I'll leave that up to you, Melissa, but I personally don't like comments anymore. I would rather direct them over to Facebook. Okay, but a good post. Okay, great post. Love it. Okay, so let's go back and let's go down to this one. Herbs to ease stress and anxiety. Love that as well. Okay, so let's get into here. Okay, so here we are. Great. Let's look at these pictures. And let's just, once again, right? Yep, Hawthorne square medium. Okay, so why not make that Hawthorne, let's see, flower plant for anti-stress or calming or whatever, right? Like, why not rename all of these images that pertain to this post? Now, the other thing I'm seeing here too is there's a lot of internal links. Okay. Now, I wouldn't go too crazy on the internal links. I like internal links. I just wouldn't overdo it. But if it makes sense, yes, leave them. But this is inner links that are going to other pieces of Melissa's, Mel's content, which is also what we recommend doing. So yeah, really great post, good images. Here's some product, right? And then they're about the author again. Okay. Love it. And now this one here has no comments. See what I mean? So I don't like the comments. I would turn the comments off. All right. So now we found out herbs to ease stress and anxiety. Great. Okay. And I wonder what this image is titled at, because this is a great image to make sure that you keyword. Let's see. Herbs for stress. Perfect. Okay. That's great. You did that one. Thumbs up, double thumbs up. Great job. Okay. All right. So that's the blog area. I like that. But now what I want to look at here is this. November 18, 2019, 2 comments again, by the way. And then up here, May 15th, 2020. And then here, June 4th, 2020. And then June 11th. Okay. So it looks like started to add some content, but not consistent, right? And this is a problem I see a lot of people making, is just not being consistent. Top 7 ways to drink loose leaf herbal tea. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. Top 7 ways to drink loose leaf herbal tea. Another thing in there would be, what is the benefit to that? But I get it. You're selling herbal tea, so you want to show people how to drink it. That's fine. When was that post done? March 17th. So March and then November. So what do we, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 8 months. Okay. Now, here's why I'm pointing that out, by the way. Okay. Check this out. Now I'm going over to Ubersuggest and I am looking at the website. Now, the reason why I want to do this is, number one, I want to point out a few things. The content on the site is really good, but there's a little of it, right? There's not a lot of content. So without having a lot of content, it's getting 1,619 monthly organic searches, okay, which Ubersuggest is usually low. So that's probably higher. And you can see it's kind of ticking up a little bit here, okay? But this here I want to point out, a domain score of 41. That's phenomenal. People will buy a website URL, an old URL, a web address that has a high domain score. So they have a foundation to build on that has a high domain score. Now, what does that mean for anyone that's watching this or listening? What it means is that site has basically credibility with Google. Google gives it a score. They're giving it a 41. 0 is when you're first starting. And actually, both of our brands that we're building in Brand Creators Academy is still a 0 right now, even though we're getting over 30,000 page views a month. Okay. 41 is great. 169 backlinks. Great. And then 3,436 keywords that are already ranking. This is from just kind of dabbling in the content. Just kind of like, I'll do one. I'll wait 8 months. I'll do another one. And then, oh, you know what? I'm going to start doing more. And I think recently you did like 2 in 1 month, right? I want to point this out because, guys, if you understand that if you would have just kept doing this over and over and over again, even if it was 1 a week, 52 articles a week, this here would be a lot higher. And then a lot of things open up. More product gets sold, but then also you can turn on advertisers if you want. You can sell affiliate product stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, right? But this is a great start, but now we got to build on it, okay? So now let me point this out, okay? So down here, check this out. This is what I mean by looking at the data, all right, guys? Okay, so this one post, 8 herbs to benefit gut health, which, by the way, right here, was done June 11th, 2020. Okay, June 11th, 2020. Let me think about this here. Okay, that's less than 3 weeks. Let's call it 3 weeks. Let's call it a month. Okay, getting some traffic to it already, right here. Why shouldn't we do more of that? Right? If your product helps with that, why don't we just keep really focusing on the gut health right now and go down that little sub niche, right? So here's the other one, top 7 ways to drink loose leaf herbal tea. Germ Thieves hand sanitizer. That's obviously that one would probably do good. Quit bugging. So that looks like that's a product because it is probably either something that's either being searched for or something that maybe was picked up on social. I don't know. And then let's look down here. Okay. Check this out. Herbs for digestion. Kind of along the same lines as gut health, right? Ranking number 2 for that. Okay. Herbs for digestion. Buggin. Okay. Buggin, ranking number 6. Thieves hand sanitizer. That maybe that's a brand. I don't know. 5,400, ranking in the 10th position. Herb for digestion. Once again, 3. Herbs for stomach. Again, how to drink loose tea. Herbs for gut health. Herbs to cleanse small intestine. Herbs for leaky gut. There it is, guys. Digestion, gut health, right? Irritated stomach, like all of that stuff is leading back there. Why not sit here now and go, you know what? I'm going to start doing some more content on herbs for digestion. I'm going to do herbs for stomach. I'm going to do gut health using these 5 herbs, right? Leaky gut. It's another thing that you're talking about for gut health, right? All of that stuff can be built upon, right? And then it'll lead people over to, guess what? Buying your products, right? Okay. The other thing is here, this also says maybe I should create a lead magnet on gut health and how herbs can help with that, right? So why not build a lead magnet, put that lead magnet up on your homepage, and then see what you get from it, right? Maybe even at this point, this is something that we're going to be talking about here more inside of Brand Creators Academy and on the Coffee Talks, but we're going to really go into building this. This is a great, like, so what you could do here, Mel, is you could go and say, you know what, I'm going to go after the gut health market right now. Leaky gut, digestion, all that stuff. I'm going to come up with 10 posts that would be in an ebook, right? So I'm going to map them out. I'm going to figure out every single post. And now for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to get those written, or I'm going to write them myself. And I'm going to make sure, they're really good, great images, great detail, right? All of that stuff. And I'm going to start posting them on the website. Step 1. Step 2, I'm going to take those after I'm all done and I'm going to package them up and I'm going to turn that into a $4.99 ebook. And then from there, I'm going to create a lead magnet that's going to lead to that ebook. And that lead magnet is going to be something like the five types of herbs to help, help gut health, or to help, your digestion, whatever, right? That there can turn into a lead magnet that you can put on social. You can run ads to it. You can put it on your website, and it's naturally going to lead to a digital sale. And guess what? On that digital sale, because you sell product in those follow-ups or follow-up emails, or even an upsell or a bump, guess what you get to sell? Your herbs. Here's a 3-pack they just learned about gut health, right? So imagine this. This is a perfect example too, by the way, guys. They download the 5 things. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the angle. 5 things to avoid, or 5 herbs to avoid. Okay. Or 5 spices to avoid, whatever it is. We'd come up with something, right? To avoid that are hurting your gut health, right? And now you want to know what that is. The upsell on the thank you page would be the ultimate guide to gut health or better digestion and having good gut health, like whatever, right? That then would be the upsell or the thank you page upsell. And then from there, you'd have an order bump that would be like, get our herb, whatever, right? Our herb gut health pack, right? For $19.99. And then they have the opportunity to buy it right there. And then if they don't buy it, guess what? You get to follow up in an email and say, hey, just wanted to check in with you. Make sure that you got your ultimate gut health guide. If you have any questions, let me know. And oh, by the way, the 2 herbs that I talk about in there are in our multi-pack. Go check it out, right? And then we just keep leading them back to that. The cool thing is on herbs, when you buy this stuff, guess what? It's replenishable. So you're in a great situation because you can actually pay to acquire a customer, even though I think you could probably make that front end offer, your digital book could self-liquidate, could basically take your ad cost and get rid of it. And then on the back end, you're going to be selling your herbs. So there it is. There's your digital funnel, right? So, all right, let me move on here. That's how I get distracted though, guys, because that's an opportunity that's not being met right now. Okay. And you have everything that you need to do that. So if all you did right now is say, Scott, you know, I'm going to leave my homepage the way it is. I'm just going to leave it because I don't feel like messing with it. I think it's good enough. If all you do is make sure you get a lead magnet, maybe it's about gut health, then you create an ultimate guide by creating those 10 posts. You bundle that up. You now lead from a free to a paid. And then from there, you sell your herbs. Boom. Digital funnel done. All right. All right. So there you go. All right. So now the other thing I want to do here real quick while we're doing this is I'm going to go into this little area here, herbs for digestion. And let's take a look here. Okay. So now remedy for indigestion, bitter herbs for digestion, remedies for slow digestion, herbs help digestion, best herbs for digestion, herbs for digestion in constipation, 70, right? So I'm looking over here right now. So let me pick one here. So I'm going to look at this. Let's see. Let's do this one. Okay. Remedies for slow digestion. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here. Now, the problem with these sites, a lot of these is they're medical sites. So WebMD, Healthline, right? They're hard to compete with. That's okay. What I'm looking for here is this over here. This is the domain score. Now, remember, okay, Mel has a 41 as a domain score. So she's already starting really good. Okay. But look at this. What's this? EstherBlum.com, how to clear up a sluggish something, right? They have a domain score of 20, no social shares, no links, and they're ranking number 7. So number 1, we have a better domain score. Okay. And we know that we can outrank them. We can probably even pull ourselves up here because what I'm looking for is also like, let's look at, look at this one here. Total wellness choices, slow digestion. So yes, here it's a little bit tougher. But you get down into here, you're starting to see you have opportunity, right? So that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at keywords. I'm looking at long tail is really what I'm looking for. So let me look at this one here. That's a hard one too, it looks like. So let me just look at, questions. What herbs help digestion? That's a good one. Okay. Let's go over here. I just spotted another angle here too, by the way, guys. As I'm letting that load, look over here. These are just ideas that I can come up with, right? Like what are the best herbs for digestion? What herbs good for digestion? What herbs and spices are good for digestion? What herbs are good for digestion? Which herbs, so which, what, all that stuff, right? What herbs aid digestion, right? So check this out. There, okay, so it looks like Mel is already ranking for this keyword. What herbs help digestion? Right here, right? 41, links 4, okay? Not many visits, but it's, again, just proving my point that you can rank for something like that. What herbs help digestion, which I feel is a great keyword. Great one. All right. Already ranking there, which is phenomenal. Okay. But if you weren't ranking there, I would still be looking over here. I'd be like, look at this down here. They got a 0 domain score and they're ranking number 9, right? I'm looking at this here, blog.mountainroseherbs.com. They got a 76 domain score, but they're all the way down here. So I'm going to also click on them. I'm going to do a little bit of digging here, and I'm going to see what they're getting. Okay, they're getting 87,446 monthly traffic. So here's what we got to do. Now that we've identified this, this website, now we got to dig a little bit. We got to look at the history. Okay, they're getting good numbers, right? Now let's see what they're ranking for. Okay, let's see how to make elderberry syrup. 35,000 visits from just that. That's nuts. The complete guide to DIY beeswax wraps and beeless vegan food wraps. How to create your own essential oil blends. Okay, there's the thieves thing. 4 thieves. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think I am. So all this stuff. So here's the top keywords. The elderberry syrup. Yeah, that gets a lot. Beeswax wraps. Herbalism tea. Fire cider recipes. How to make. Okay, so all of that. So they're really into that. So maybe not a great example of what I would look at as far as getting ideas. Let's go down here a little bit further and see if I can spot anybody else. Mind Body Green. Let's check out that one. And let's see what they're getting. And again, all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to, 1.5 million. So yeah, they're getting some traffic. Let's see here. It looks like for meditators, meditation, which I think in the herb space, there's meditation there for Mel as well. So a lot of great opportunity. All right. So now let me move along here. I'm going to go over to the YouTube. It looks like Mel is not really doing much on YouTube. It's totally fine. Again, I'm always about focusing on where your market is and where you can do the best. I think right now you have to focus on the blog content and get that consistent. This here, hi, I'm Mountain Mel. It's so nice to meet you. So that was just like a welcome to the YouTube channel. So again, not a lot of effort here, and that's fine. I don't necessarily think you should spend time here right now, maybe later. So let's move on. I went over and found the Instagram, herbal products you can feel good about. Okay. And then down here, looking at this. So not really a ton, I don't mind doing this to repurpose stuff, but I don't think that this would be a main focus of mine either. Now this one here, I would. Okay. Mountain Mel's Herbalist Mama, Outdoor Adventure Podcaster. Okay. So this is great. I love this. See all boards. We're going to go into here. Let's see. Looking good. Herbs for immune system. So what I was looking for here, guys, okay, so this Mountain Mel's blog, that's fine. Instagram, right? All of these things. Now, Mel has been going through our Pinterest training as well, I believe. And I think down here is where you started to create other boards, it looks like to me, because these are more long tail. So check this out. Herbs for gut health. Herbs for good sleep health, right? That's more of what we want. Herbs for motherhood. And it looks like pregnancy. Herbs for immune support, right? Herbs for kids. Okay, herbs for kids, what? Right? Get outside and hike. It's not about herbs. And I get your market wants to get outside, but we need to call the herbs, right? Stress relieving herbs. Good. My favorite herbs. And it's okay to sprinkle some of them in there, but just understand that if someone comes here for, where was it? Let's see, the one that doesn't say herbs, which would be Beauty by Nature, Becoming an Herbalist. Okay, I guess all those words to live by. Okay, so like words to live by, I think is fine, but just understand that if that brings traffic, it's not really going to bring people into your other things. But I want people to understand this though, too. When we're looking at Pinterest, I think Pinterest is great because it follows that same model that we've been talking about, which is create the content on your home base. Go to Pinterest, create some pins, drive the traffic back to your website. Then from your website, also include pins, which I didn't see that. I want to go back here. I'm going to go back here. We're going to go into this one. And we're going to scroll down and see if we see a pin. I don't see a pin. Okay. So another thing that I'd be recommending, and we do this on all of our blog content, is I would be creating a pinnable image down here, okay, down here towards the bottom, and says, hey, we created a pinnable image for you so you can save it to your favorite board. That's it. That leads people over to our Pinterest account, okay? The other thing I'm not seeing is when I hover over here, I don't see that I can pin any of these images. We should be able to pin these, okay? We're just wasting this traffic and not saying, like, someone might want to pin this, okay? So why not make this easy for someone to pin? And there's a little plugin you can install on WordPress, and it'll allow you to do that. So anyway, that's the Pinterest side. Doing good, though. I mean, 42,000 monthly views. Not bad, okay? All right. And then the last thing is a Facebook page. I love it. And I think Mel has already started doing some Facebook Lives, which I think is great. Let's see. Scrolling down. Yeah, there's Mel. Okay. Yeah, pretty active as far as showing up. I'm trying to look for a Facebook Live. Now, the cool thing about the Facebook Lives is, imagine this for a second, right? Imagine, I like this, by the way. FDA warns 9 hand sanitizer products can be toxic. Stop using immediately. I love that, because then it leads back. But do a whole post on that. Do a whole post referencing this article. Let's see. Scrolling down. Sweet dreams. That's a T. That's another T. Okay, so what I would like to see here on a Facebook Live is, if you're going to be talking about gut health, do a whole Facebook Live on gut health. Guess what we get to do? We get to turn that Facebook Live into an ad. We get to run it to people that are into herbs, but also into gut health. Boom, we can retarget those people later, right? And we can start to create this warmer audience of people that are consuming the content. So if you just said, you know what, today I'm going to do a whole Facebook Live about 5 herbs that you need to have in your, in your life to basically help with gut health, right? And that would be the Facebook Live. Boom, there you go. Or 5 things to avoid for gut health. Boom, there you go, right? Now people are gonna be like, I want to watch that because I want to help myself with gut health, right? So those are just some ideas. What I would personally focus on the most is website, content. I would focus on some of those areas like gut health, or any of the others that you're seeing some traction right now. I think it's gut health. I think you go down that path, and then you build that little digital funnel, lead magnet that leads to a $4.99 ebook, the ultimate guide that leads to some of your herbs. I think that's super simple. I wouldn't worry about YouTube right now. If you're going to do Facebook Lives, you can always take the Facebook Live and then re-upload it to YouTube. And now you can post on YouTube, but I wouldn't make that a primary focus. I think that's more of a long-term strategy. I think it's content on the website. I think it is then putting that stuff on Pinterest, really like on a regular basis. I would do at least 2 to 3 pins for each post and post them on my various boards. I'd also make sure that I included a pinnable image in the post itself. I'd also make sure I got that lead magnet done as soon as possible and start putting that up on the website. And then from there, I would keep going with the Facebook side of things, but I would try to do maybe 1 Facebook Live a week that is specifically talking about one area, not just about what herbs do in general, right? I want it to be specific to that one topic. All right, guys, that was a lot. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to jump back over to the live feed and see if you guys have any questions. I know you probably will. So let me go and see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, my website lapsed because my card on file was old. Someone brought it up, is now selling it for $3,500. When I bought it, it was $7. I guess I was doing something right. Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Okay. Oh, gonna start again. 1 fail under the belt. Not a fail. You learned a lot from that. You learned a ton. Guys, do you have any questions for me on the website review? And was that helpful? Let me know. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because I went on there for a little while. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll wrap this up. And again, just a little reminder, tomorrow I will be going over in detail if we're just starting. We're starting over from scratch. The title of tomorrow is going to be starting over today with just my laptop. And I'm going to break that down. But again, if you look at what I went over in today's coffee talk and inside of this website niche review, you've seen everything that I look for, right? I look for where the traffic is going to come from and what type of content is going to draw in people that would lead to where I want them to go and be part of my audience and my market. So again, if you sell herbs, right, then this would make sense and to specifically call out gut health, right? And then start developing content all around that gut health thing. Okay. So you definitely want to do that. Octavio wants to know, do we know how old this site is for perspective? I can kind of find out, but if Mel was on, she could tell us. Let's see. Let's do Wayback Machine, see if that comes up. You know what? I had problems with that the other day. And I don't know where. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's check it out. And let me go back over here real quick. And we will check that out, Octavio. Let's see. Ooh, that's a page. So let me get rid of the page. And let's see if we can pull that up. Okay. So the site, it looks like it was developed in 2014. But it really looks like probably 2000, really just 2018 and 2019 is when it really started to pick it up. But yeah, we can go back and kind of look at the snapshot and see what it looked like. And I'm sure if Mel was on, she could tell us a little bit more. I know she did tell me, though, she has not been focusing on her website pretty much up until like this last year a little bit. Okay. So actually, this is funny that I'm coming to this one here. I'm already liking it better, even though it's really kind of like simplified. I like this here to be smaller, but I do like that there's not a lot of clutter up top. It's very similar, though. Not a lot has been done, which this was in 2018. So to answer your question, Octavio, it looks like the site was back in 2014. So the domain is over 5 years old. Over 5 years old. So this is going all the way back to, let's see here. This is going back to 2014. This is when it was purchased, and this is what it was. And it's not much. Mountain Mel's Essential Goods, LLC. Natural first aid and essential goods for your outdoor adventures. Medicinal herbal teas too. So yeah, there you go. Oh, I wasn't even sharing my screen, was I? I thought I was sharing my screen. Yeah, anyway, I did find it. Jason, these are great. Love seeing the real-time digging into ideas. Yes, very helpful. Thanks. Super helpful info. Robin says, this is so helpful. Thanks. Jeff, good stuff. Should the homepage read more like an info site or e-com store? Sounds like mostly news and info site with shopping tabs and menus, right? Yeah, I like that better, to be honest with you. If you are going to have a lot of your store products on the homepage, I would definitely make sure that there was some free resources for education on that page as well. I am encouraged that I was able to rank in under 7 months. Wonder what that will look like in a year or two. It'll go up. Stay on it, Octavio. Because your site is, as long as it's being published, as long as it's in good standards with our standings with Google, it's going to gain authority. So you just keep building on it. But so many people give up way too soon. And you can see here, just from that site sitting there and not hardly doing anything, it's ranking and it's getting some traffic and it's got a great domain score. So now it's like you're taking something that's been already somewhat built with a really strong foundation, and now you can just start really building on that, right? You got a great foundation. Oh, I'll share this real quick. Okay. What is the name of the site to check how old the site was? Yeah, if you go here, it's Wayback Machine. So it's web.archive.org is where you go. And you just type that in there. It'll show you different captures. Like, so you can see here, like this is all the different captures that they've done. And everybody's site is kind of getting captured. And then they'll put it into something like this. But yeah, so that's how you do it. Let's see. Gio wants to know what's the best chatbot for a website. Yeah, I don't personally know that, Gio. Ask that inside of Brand Creators Academy. I know Chris would be able to help you with that. But again, I'm just looking at like, okay, what's the chatbot for? Like in this case, like I would say I want an email before I want the chat thing. But you can just put a button on your page that'll start the chat. I mean, you can use even the messenger one, but I'm pretty sure ManyChat has it. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Pat Flynn had made that shirt years ago. Gio, want to engage visitors with a messenger bot too. Okay. But why? Why do you want to message them through Facebook versus an email? To me, it's email first. If you're doing a chat bot from a website, why not capture the email? And then if you want to do a chat bot, later you can. But the thing with the chat bot is usually with a chat bot, we try to get them on our email list, right? So if you're doing a chat bot, it's mainly to try to get them to join the email list at some point. Yeah, Kay, no problem. All right, cool. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to walk you through as if I was starting over from scratch. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm probably going to draw it out on my little notepad here and kind of map it all out for you. And then Wednesday, I'm going to go through a little bit more of how I detailed this out for Mel as far as the digital product side, because I believe that's a shortcut for anyone, not just Mel. And this is something I see a lot of people not doing this. Imagine if, and Mel, if you're watching this, imagine if Mel did exactly what I just said there, right? Find 10 posts that would make up a book, right? A guide. And an easy way to do this, guys, is you just go over to Kindle and you find a book on gut health and you look at all their chapters and you go, oh, I should create blog posts about all of those different topics, right? And then that turns into a book. So imagine having that free resource that leads to a thank you page. And then the thank you page offers to sell the ebook. You can also have your ebook on your website to just buy, and then from there, you also have the potential now to gain an email subscriber, and you can then sell them some of your herbs or some of your product or some of your additional resources, right? So that's the power in that. Okay. All right. So just Gio was saying, sorry, meant to delete that, but this entered instead. No problem. Okay. So, is it, Alton? Which email provider would you recommend for a lead magnet setup? We use ConvertKit. I love ConvertKit. I've used a lot of different providers. We're using ConvertKit, and ConvertKit's coming out with some pretty cool things. They have a landing page builder right now, but they also are coming out with a digital product delivery and sales page and collecting money and all of that stuff. If you want to go through my affiliate link, by the way, and you will buy me a cup of coffee, I will send over some email swipe copy and some other resources for you. So if you go to brandcreators.com/ConvertKit, it'll take you over there. You can sign up for a free account and just send me an email, scott@brandcreators.com, and I'll send you over that little bonus pack. Yeah, Gio, no problem, man. All right, cool. So again, this week is all about building your brand, whether you're starting it, whether you're getting back into it, or whether you're just growing it and scaling it. I'm going to do my best to show up here and deliver more content like today, because you're probably asking why if you're coming here late. Well, because we're opening Brand Creators Academy on July 6th, next Monday. So we want to show kind of behind the scenes of what we do. What I just did, we do that inside of Brand Creators Academy quite often. We do website Wednesdays. We do about one of those a month, and you'll submit your website, and we'll do what I just did there as you're growing it, as you're building it. The other thing is we have a complete roadmap, whether you're just starting or you're growing and scaling. All of that. We have our Pinterest training in there now. We have an email list building training, which we're going to be creating a brand new one coming up. So all of that stuff is inside of there. Everything we talk about, everything that I talk about in the playbook, all of that is done inside Brand Creators Academy. So we're going to be opening. If you haven't grabbed the checklist, I should probably give you a link to that so you have it. And if you want to grab it, you're more than welcome to. It's totally free. brandcreators.com/checklist. Okay. And that's brandcreators.com/checklist. And that'll take you to the checklist where you can download it and you can see is exactly what you will need to do to build out your niche. It'll actually help you validate your niche, but also show you the opportunity in that market if there is any opportunity. It'll also help you prevent going down a road and then going, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't realize there's no money to be made here. Or, oh, there's no traffic. There's not as much traffic as I thought, right? So it'll help you before you ever go down that path. Or if you want to, kind of like pivot a little bit in your business, you can see that early on as well. I mean, a good example here is Mel is going through this and kind of going down like these different paths. Now today, hopefully we kind of shined a light on an area that she can go really deep on and even wide. So that's what we do. And the checklist will help with that part as well. So even if you have a site up and running, it's a good resource to go through. And this will also help you if you're deciding to join Brand Creators Academy, because we want all of our members to go through that. And we want them to go through the playbook. Every one of our members goes through this playbook, which is basically the exact process to building a brand. All right. So if you guys want to join me tomorrow, I'm going to be going through exactly how I would start over from scratch with just a laptop. And I'll go through every single part of that. And it's not actually as hard as you would think, but it's exactly what I would do. It's actually what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be sharing that. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to be going more into really the brand shortcut to making money in 90 days. And this really goes well with what I talked about today with Mel's website. And I might even go a little bit deeper into that, but we'll have a few more examples to share with you. So that's on Wednesday. And then guys, if you have any questions for me, let me know. We will be doing a Friday jam session this week as well on Friday. And then, like I said, Monday, July 6th, be ready. If you want to join us inside of Brand Creators Academy, we're going to be open for 5 days. And I'm super excited to welcome in some new members. And Kay, oh, thank you, Kay. Kay says, Brand Creators Academy is worth every penny because what he teaches works. Awesome. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, have an awesome, amazing day. I will be back here. Hopefully, you'll be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll get back at it. Get on out there, make it happen. Let's rock your brand. See you guys. Bye.